Apparently, your kitchen sponge is disgusting. And even better, people say you can just microwave it and it's clean again. Meanwhile, the internet is full of videos claiming there are actual bugs living in your sponge and that microwaving it kills everything. That feels a little too easy to me, and you deserve to know if that's actually true or not. So today, I'm testing it under the scope. Let's go. Here we go. This sponge here I've been saving for you guys for about 3 months. I'm serious. I've been waiting for this experiment. So here it is. Nasty on the outside and nasty on this side too. So yeah. Ugh. So here we go. I'm going to try to tear this apart as best as I can with gloves to get inside of it and also on the surface as much as I can to get a good sample. Place this on this slide. I'll tear it up a little bit so it's not one big clump. So here's a slide. It's all sanitized. And let me pull this a little bit apart so it's not one big mass. And then I'll get a good view on the scope for you guys. So the scope I use it's called an AM Scope T490 series. It's a semifocal biological trinocular compound microscope with LED. So it's pretty cool. And so from here, I just hook up my laptop and record as I'm looking at the slides and all the objectives here. So a little bit behind the scenes for you guys. And there's your wonderful, or my wonderful sponge. And here's the laptop recording. At 40x magnification, this might look like some alien civilization, but it's not that dramatic, really. What you're actually seeing is structure, you guys. Tiny particles, fibers, and whatever else decided to hitch a ride on this sponge. Your eyes miss all of this completely. But zoom in just a little bit at 40x and suddenly it's crowded. Not necessarily dangerous, just busy, which is a nice reminder that clean is mostly just what you can't see. So at 100x magnification, yeah, this is where things get a little bit suspicious, you guys. What looked smooth before, well, that was a lie. Looks like a tiny wasteland made up of crumbs and regret. You've got fibers, random chunks, and these little mystery particles just chilling out like they signed a lease or something. And the wild part is, this stuff did not just appear out of nowhere. Fibers can come from your clothes, paper towels, even the air, just floating around, lining wherever they feel like. Some with dust, tiny food fragments, whatever was on the surface before, it all builds up. So what you're seeing is basically a collection of everything this thing has touched or been touched by, which is comforting, right? Because 5 seconds ago, this looked completely, well, not normal, but a little bit. Now it looks like it's been through some things. It's probably not dangerous, but yeah, maybe don't think about it too hard while you're eating. And just remember, you guys still wash your pots and pans and glasses with us. Okay, guys, are you ready for 400x magnification? It might be a little difficult to see things, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So be patient. We'll try to zoom in and take care of it. So 400 magnification. Okay, now we're officially in, what am I looking at territory? Those little particles from before, well, they look massive, like boulders in some microscopic world. Edges are sharper, textures are clearer, and yeah, it's somehow even messier up close. You can start to see how everything is layered, stuff on top of stuff, on top of other stuff. And those fibers, now they look like ropes just stretched across everything. This is all coming from the environment, you guys. Air surfaces, handling, basically life happening around us, which is kind of the point. Nothing is ever really clean. It's just less detailed from far away. So we're back to 40x and yeah, it looks kind of normal again. Same stuff is still there. You just can't see all the weird details anymore. Kind of crazy how that works. Okay, so here we're back at the kitchen. I'm taking this sponge and people say if you nuke it or microwave it, it'll take care of all the dirt. But if you have bugs in it, then it'll kill the bugs. But I didn't see any bugs in this sponge, thank God. So we're trying to see, let me flip it over. It looks good. Let me close this real quick. And I'm going to set it for, let's see, 30 seconds. Let's see. No, let's go back maybe 45. Let me set this thing to 45 seconds, close to a minute, but I think that's good enough. Let me speed this up for you guys. Almost done. Boom. Ouch, it's hot. So it killed everything, right? Okay, I'm gonna take this thing to the slide and test it again. So here we are, back to slide. And it's still hot. I'm gonna scrape what I can off the inside and also on the surface as much as I can, because I really want to see if anything changed. I'm tired of hearing about all these internet things going on about your sponge. A little bit of water this time. Make the slide and the top cover not move around on me, so we'll try. Let's go to the scope. So 40x magnification, this is a sponge after the microwave. And yeah, it looks a little different. Things seem more dried out, of course, a bit tighter, like everything just got hit with heat. Some of those loose particles from before, they're either gone or just stuck down there. The fibers look more compressed too, like they shrink back into place, which makes sense because microwaving basically heats up the moisture inside and, well, cooks whatever's in there. But here's the thing, it doesn't magically make it spotless. You're still seeing structure, leftover debris, all the stuff that was already part of the sponge. So yeah, it might help reduce some of the living stuff, which I didn't see, but it's not turning this into a brand new sponge. So at 100x magnification, this is a sponge after the microwave. And yeah, you can definitely tell something happened. Everything looks tighter, kind of clumped together now. Before it looked loose and messy, now it's more like everything got pressed into place. Some of the random particles from earlier, either gone or just stuck where they landed. And the fibers, they look a little rough, almost like they got slightly cooked, which they did. The heat basically hits all the moisture inside and spreads through the sponge pretty fast. So anything lived in there? Yeah, not a good time for them. But at the same time, it's not like this suddenly becomes clean. All the structure, all the leftover stuff, it's still there, just less alive and a little more cooked. So I'm gonna bump this up to 400x. And I'm not sure if we're gonna see a lot or anything, but we're gonna give it a shot. So here's 400x. Yeah, like I expected, it's really difficult to zoom in and you'll see a few fibers really close like that, but nothing really detailed unless I push it back to 40. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to 40x. So you kind of get like an overall, there you go, a little better. So there you go, all the way back up to 40. And you know what, guys? You know what I didn't see are bugs, mites, or whatever these people talk about on the internet. So I don't know if I got lucky or what happened, but I didn't see anything. Let's go back to the lab. So after looking at this under the scope, I didn't find any actual critters living in or on the sponge. I still nuked it for 45 seconds because I don't trust anything anymore. But those videos on the internet showing bugs in sponges, I'm not saying they're fake, I'm not. But unless that sponge was used to clean a zoo enclosure, something's off. Your sponge might be dirty, but it's not a wildlife documentary. Subscribe to see more truth. Oh, and check out this video if you want to know if eyelash mites really do exist. Before I forget, be nice to one another.